According to Article 392, only Type MC cable, Type MI cable, and other factory-assembled multi-conductor control or power cables are permitted in cable trays. So-cord is not an approved type of cable for cable tray installation. Article 400.4 states that so-cord is only permitted for flexible connections to portable equipment, pendants, and the like. It is not permitted for permanent wiring. Article 314 does not explicitly prohibit the attachment of receptacle boxes to cable trays. However, it does require that boxes be securely mounted to a surface. Using a cable tray as a mounting surface may not provide sufficient support or rigidity for a receptacle box. In summary, it is not permitted to install so-cord in cable trays or to attach receptacle boxes directly to the cable tray. Let's delve deeper into the specifics of cable tray installations and the relevant articles in the National Electrical Code. Firstly, let's consider the types of cables that are permitted in cable trays according to Article 392. As previously mentioned, Type MC cable, which stands for metal-clad cable, is allowed. This type of cable has a metallic sheath that provides mechanical protection and can be used for various power and control applications. Secondly, Type MI cable, or mineral insulated cable, is also permitted. This cable type consists of conductors insulated with a mineral compound, typically magnesium oxide, and enclosed in a metallic sheath. MI cable is known for its high temperature resistance and is often used in harsh environments. Thirdly, factory-assembled multi-conductor control or power cables are acceptable for use in cable trays. These cables are manufactured with multiple conductors and an overall jacket, providing a convenient and organized wiring solution. It is important to note that so-cord, which is a flexible cord commonly used for portable equipment, is not an approved cable type for cable tray installations. This is because so-cord does not have the same level of mechanical protection and is not designed for permanent wiring applications. Now let's turn our attention to the use of so-cord in general. Article 400.4 outlines the permitted uses of flexible cords, including so-cord. According to this article, so-cord is allowed for flexible connections to portable equipment such as tools, appliances, and machinery. It can also be used for pendants, which are lighting fixtures suspended from the ceiling. However, so-cord is specifically prohibited for use as permanent wiring. This means that it cannot be installed within walls, ceilings, or floors, or used as a substitute for building wiring. The reason for this restriction is that so-cord is not designed to withstand the stresses and environmental conditions of permanent wiring installations. It is more susceptible to damage, abrasion, and degradation, which can lead to electrical hazards. Let's explore the implications of Article 314 regarding the attachment of receptacle boxes to cable trays. While this article does not explicitly forbid attaching receptacle boxes to cable trays, it does mandate that all boxes be securely mounted to a surface. This requirement is in place to ensure that the boxes are properly supported and do not pose a safety hazard. The question then becomes whether a cable tray can provide sufficient support and rigidity for a receptacle box. In many cases, the answer is no. Cable trays are typically designed to support cables, not electrical boxes. They may not have the necessary structural integrity to hold a receptacle box securely in place, especially if the box is subject to vibration, impact, or other stresses. Furthermore, attaching a receptacle box directly to a cable tray may create an electrical hazard. If the cable tray is not properly grounded, it could become energized, posing a risk of electric shock. Additionally, the cable tray may not provide adequate protection against physical damage to the receptacle box or its wiring. Therefore, it is generally not recommended to attach receptacle boxes directly to cable trays. Instead, it is best to mount the boxes to a separate, dedicated support structure such as a wall, ceiling, or equipment frame. This will ensure that the boxes are securely mounted and that all applicable electrical codes are followed. In conclusion, based on the information provided in Article 392, Article 400.4, and Article 314, it is not permitted to install so-cord in cable trays or to attach receptacle boxes directly to the cable tray. So cord is not an approved cable type for cable tray installations, and receptacle boxes must be securely mounted to a surface that provides adequate support and rigidity. By adhering to these code requirements, you can ensure the safety and reliability of your electrical installations. Consider the specific requirements outlined in the National Electrical Code, or NEC, which serves as the benchmark for safe electrical design, installation, and inspection to protect people and property from electrical hazards. It is adopted in all 50 states in the United States, and while it is not itself a federal law, it is typically mandated by state or local law. The NEC contains a wide range of provisions covering various aspects of electrical systems, including wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and equipment installation. It is updated every 3 years to reflect the latest technological advancements and safety practices. Now let's delve into some additional details about cable trays. Cable trays are typically made of metal such as steel or aluminum, and come in various sizes and configurations. They can be ladder type, which have 2 longitudinal side rails connected by rungs, or solid bottom type, which have a continuous bottom surface. Cable trays are often used in industrial and commercial settings to support and route large quantities of cables in an organized and efficient manner. They can be installed overhead, under floors, or in other accessible locations. When installing cables in cable trays, it is important to follow the manufacturer's instructions and the requirements of the NEC. Cables should be properly supported and secured to the cable tray to prevent them from sagging or becoming damaged. A cable tray should also be properly grounded to ensure electrical safety. In addition to the types of cables mentioned earlier, other types of cables may be permitted in cable trays under certain conditions. For example, Type TC cable or tray cable is specifically designed for use in cable trays and is often used for control and instrumentation circuits. It is important to consult the NEC and the cable manufacturer's specifications to determine the suitability of a particular cable type for use in a cable tray. When selecting a cable tray, it is important to consider the weight and size of the cables that will be installed in it. The cable tray should have sufficient load-bearing capacity to support the cables without sagging or deforming. The cable tray should also be sized appropriately to accommodate the number and size of the cables. It is also important to consider the environmental conditions in which the cable tray will be installed. If the cable tray will be exposed to moisture, corrosive chemicals, or extreme temperatures, it should be made of a material that is resistant to these conditions. In summary, cable trays are a versatile and efficient way to support and route cables in electrical installations. By following the requirements of the NEC and the manufacturer's instructions, you can ensure that your cable tray installations are safe, reliable, and code compliant. Remember to always consult with a qualified electrician or electrical engineer if you have any questions or concerns about cable tray installations or any other aspect of electrical work. Safe electrical practices are paramount to prevent accidents, injuries, and property damage. Remember, improper electrical work can have severe consequences, including electric shock, fires, and explosions. It is essential to take the necessary precautions and follow all applicable codes and regulations to ensure the safety of yourself and others. If you are not qualified to perform electrical work, it is always best to hire a licensed electrician to do the job. A licensed electrician has the knowledge, skills, and experience to perform electrical work safely and correctly. They will also be familiar with the latest codes and regulations and can ensure that your electrical system is up to code. Electrical safety should always be your top priority. Take the time to educate yourself about electrical hazards and how to prevent them. Follow safe work practices and always use the proper tools and equipment. By taking these precautions, you can help to prevent electrical accidents and injuries. So to recap, firstly, cord is typically not approved for permanent wiring. Secondly, ensure boxes are mounted on proper surfaces, not cable trays. Thirdly, always consult NEC and local codes for proper installation. Finally, prioritize safety in all electrical work and installations.